Jai Shri Ram everyone, welcome to Lord Hanumanji's channel Hanuvani. Today, we will go through second chapter from Setu chapters, that is, Hunting Honey with the Immortal Lord Hanuman. Hunting Honey with the Immortal Lord Hanuman. Baba Matang came down from the mountain with the speed of a monkey and Sucheta Vicheta climbed down like a falling stone. They were all very excited to share the news of Lord Hanuman's arrival with their community members. Baba Matang was feeling so lucky. Around 41 years ago, he was a young boy when Lord Hanuman visited his community. Now again he had got the opportunity to see and be with Lord Hanuman. In this excitement and happiness, he did not feel time while climbing down from the mountain. He was not feeling tired or sleepy. He was humming to songs of happiness and in his mind he was planning for preparations of Charan Puja of Lord Hanuman which was to be performed next day. Baba Matang was thinking that when he reaches his village, his community members would be celebrating. Because Sucheta and Vicheta monkey would reach before him and inform them of Lord Hanuman's arrival. But when Baba Matang reached his tiny village, there was complete silence. Everybody was sleeping. His dog whimpered a little after seeing him. Sucheta and Vicheta were jumping around anxiously. Baba Matang almost shouted at them, "Oh you ignorant souls, why did you not inform everyone of Lord Hanuman's arrival? All are sleeping in their ignorance. This is an insult to our Lord." Though Baba Matang shouted, he realized that his voice did not reach even to his own ears. He felt as if he has become deaf and dumb. Sucheta and Vicheta were jumping around precisely because of the same reason. They were not able to speak and inform their community of Lord Hanuman's arrival. Baba Matang thought for a moment wisely. He guessed that their power of speech has been taken away by Lord Hanuman. But he could not recall any reason why Lord Hanuman would paralyze them like this. He closed his eyes and started praying, "O the goddess of communication, my tongue is your abode. I cannot afford your displeasure. Please tell why you are angry with me." Setu's note: according to Matangs, every action is directed or controlled by either a god or a devil. Before every work, they call upon the corresponding god and pray to him. Their prayers are not one-sided but two-sided. That means, they speak to gods and gods also speak to them. This is one of their crucial powers. It will become clearer as we proceed further. The goddess of communication appeared before Baba Matang and replied, "O Baba Matang, you are one of the wisest souls on earth. I have no reason to be angry with you. I am sending your words across to the god of wind properly. Please find out with the god of wind as to why he is not carrying your words forward." Baba Matang thanked the goddess of communication and called upon the god of wind. Baba started his prayer like this: "O Pavandeva, Lord Hanuman is your son. He has come to our land after 41 years. I want to give this news to my community members but somehow my words are not reaching even to my ears. You are the one who carry words from one place to another. If you stop carrying our words, we become deaf and dumb. Please tell why you are angry with us." Pavandeva, the god of wind, answered, "O Baba Matang, do you have any idea what you have experienced today? You are a mortal being. You have to die one day. Few minutes ago you have interacted with the immortal Lord Hanuman. He is not an ordinary guest. He is the immortal Lord Hanuman. Words cannot bear the weight of information of his arrival. You have not become deaf and dumb. Try to speak anything which does not contain information of Lord Hanuman's arrival. You will be able to speak. But you cannot speak about Lord Hanuman's arrival. He will appear before members of your community directly. Follow your usual routine until he appears before all of you. Now go and sleep peacefully. Baba Mathang understood the reason why he was unable to speak about Lord Hanuman's arrival. He thanked the god of wind. He also told Sucheta and Vicheta about the reason why they were also muted. They were able to speak normally about everything except Lord Hanuman's arrival. Baba Mathang then washed his feet and hands as usual before going for sleep. He always sleeps on a hanging sheet tied between two trees. He looked at the sky while lying on the hanging sheet. It was past midnight. He closed his eyes and called upon the goddess of sleep. "O the goddess of sleep, please forgive me. I have to prepare for the Charan Puja as Lord Hanuman has arrived on our land. I just want to lie down here for some time. Please do not enter in my mind. I do not want to go into sleep." The goddess of sleep said, "O Baba Mathang, you have just returned from the mountain peak. The devil of tiredness has taken over your body and mind. If I do not enter your mind, the devil of tiredness will call other devils also into your body and mind. You need sleep for few hours." Baba Mathang said, "O the goddess of sleep, please enter my mind." Just before the sunrise, the goddess of wakefulness will again come to reside in my mind. Until then, please make my mind your abode. Soon after that, Baba Mathang went into sleep. In the morning, he started preparations of Charan Puja, worship of Lord Hanuman's holy feet. The place of worship was already identified. Every morning, Baba Mathang used to purify the place by following some rituals. All the items to be used in the Charan Puja were kept in the holy reservoir. Mathangs knew that Lord Hanuman's visit was possible anytime soon. They were collecting the items of Charan Puja for a long time from the jungle. Baba Mathang's disciple, Urva Mathang, was also with him in the rituals of purifying the place of Charan Puja. Urva Mathang accompanies Baba Mathang almost in every work. Urva Mathang is a boy in his 20s now. By the time Baba Mathang leaves the world, Urva has to learn all the rituals of Mathangs. He has to carry on the legacy of his forefathers. He is not the son of Baba Mathang. He was chosen by gods to be the Baba Mathang's successor. While Baba Mathang and Urva were performing the rituals of purifying the place for Charan Puja, Urva said, "Today the sun is shining very gently. The wind is also very gentle. The clouds are looking like flowers scattered all over the sky. I have the feeling that Lord Hanuman has arrived to our land." Baba Mathang looked at Urva and smiled. Baba thought in his mind, "You are the blessed one, my child. Your senses are connected to the divine. You are rightly my successor." Baba Mathang did not reply anything to Urva and continued performing the rituals. After few minutes, Urva again spoke, "Baba, why are you so silent today? What are you thinking?" Intellectual conversations in between rituals are soul of our culture. We are standing at the holy soil. If you speak something about Lord Hanuman, it will be highly knowledgeable for me. Baba Mathang would have looked like a deaf and dumb person had he tried to speak about Lord Hanuman's arrival. So he started speaking about past. "Urva, 41 years ago when Lord Hanuman came to our land, I was of your age. At that time celebrations were at a very huge scale. The Charan Puja of Lord Hanuman was attended by all the gods every day. Tons of fruits and maj was offered to the gods. But this time, we are struggling to survive. Jungles have shrunk. There is no land to grow maj and fruits. There is scarcity of everything. Ignorant and arrogant outsiders have encroached over our land. Our rituals have reduced to mere symbolism now. Urva was happy to trigger the conversation. He said, Baba, I am thinking about 41 years from now. I will be of your age at that time. I will be called Baba Mathang at that time. There won't be any jungle at that time. There would be no land for us to grow maj and fruits. Shall Lord Hanuman come to our land 41 years from now? I think this is going to be his last visit. Baba Mathang was visibly pained on hearing this from Urva. He said, this planet will annihilate before that happens. We Mathangs do not dwell in future. Our past is brilliant. Our future will be brilliant until the end of time. Urva wanted to continue the conversation, but the rituals concluded. After that, all Mathangs performed daily puja as usual. All Mathangs then sat together to eat food. They had enriching conversations while eating food. They also divided day's work among themselves. Baba Mathang, Urva and 2 other Mathangs were assigned the work of hunting honey. After finishing their food, all Mathangs started doing work assigned for them. Baba, Urva and 2 other Mathangs took all the essential things and started their journey to hunt honey. Just outside their village, they saw 3 men feeding fruits to a group of monkeys. These 3 men were wearing leaves on their body just the way Mathangs wear. They were neither Mathangs nor other forest dwellers. Their delicate and fair skin was clearly reflecting that they were men of outside society. Baba Mathang got irritated when he saw them. These 3 men were wandering near Mathang's camp since past many days. They even attempted to meet Baba Mathang, but Baba refused to meet them. Baba also instructed other Mathangs to not mingle with these outsiders. Baba has always followed this tough policy towards outsiders. Members of Mathang community always turn away from the outsiders. They never mingle up with them. But Urva was curious to know about lives of outsiders. When these 3 men saw Baba, Urva and other 2 Mathangs, they folded their hands and greeted them. They came up to them and tried to start a conversation. But Baba Mathang did not show any interest and kept walking. Urva found it rude. He wanted to talk to the outsiders, but he could not go against the will of Baba. He smiled at the outsiders and kept walking. Urva asked Baba Mathang, Baba, why are you so angry with them? Shouldn't we at least talk to them and ask what they want? I know that these outsiders have ruined our jungles and have deprived us of day-to-day things, but that should not make us lose our divinity even for a moment and be angry at them. Baba Mathang replied, Urva, I cannot stand smiling if devils come to attack my culture. I have to show my anger to keep the devils away. But they are not devils, Baba. And they are not like other outsiders. See, they do not have any machine, camera, with them. They are wearing clothes like us. Urva tried to explain his perspective. Baba Mathang was not interested in continuing conversation about those outsiders. He spoke his final words and concluded, Urva, by wearing clothes of jungle dwellers, they do not become jungle dwellers. The truth is that the devil of greed resides in the mind of these outsiders. These people of outside world are enemies of nature. They have cut all the jungles for greed. They can do anything to satisfy their greed. I have no problem with them. I have problem with the devil of greed which is sitting in their minds. Setu's note, these 3 outsiders mentioned here in Mathang's logbook are Setu masters. We were trying to mingle up with the Mathangs at that time to understand their history and culture. Baba Mathang is very tough for the outsiders, but he is like a father for his community. Later you will see how he and other Mathangs embraced Setu masters. When Urva observed that Baba does not want to talk about outsiders, he stopped the conversation. They turned their focus on hunting honey. When honeybees fly from different places towards their honeycomb, they emanate a fragrance. We Matangs have the special ability to smell that fragrance. Baba Matang, Urva and 2 other Matangs were following that fragrance to find the exact place of honeycomb nearby. After walking for a mile or so, the fragrance they were following got lost. Instead they smelled something stinky. When they looked around they saw a sick dog lying under a tree. The dog was stinking badly because her body was infested with maggots. Maggots had eaten into her body, above belly and on the head. She was almost unconscious and on the verge of death. It was a very painful sight for Matangs. "Oh!" Baba Matang exclaimed with extreme sorrow. He sat down near the dog and said, "I have not seen a living being suffering so much in recent past." Urva also sat down and said, "Baba, we need to do something immediately to save her." Baba Matang instructed other 2 Matangs to bring poisonous herbs, to flush out maggots, and water. They left immediately to search for the herbs and water as told by Baba. Baba Matang started praying to the gods of medicine, "O the twin gods, please make my mind your abode so that I can cure this suffering dog." He then turned to Urva and said, "Urva, we have left our village to find honey. That is our primary work for today, we should not forget that. You do not worry about the dog. I will cure her. You continue your journey to search for honey. When you find it, do inform us by sending the sound signals." Urva left for hunting honey. Baba Matang closed his eyes and started communicating with the soul of the dog, so that it does not leave the body till herbs and water arrive. He prayed, "O the soul, keep holding the body of the dog. As soon as the poisonous herbs arrive, I will pour their juice into the wounds. The body will be healthy again very soon." But the 2 Matangs who had gone for bringing herbs did not return even after a long time. Baba Matang stood up and called out their names loudly, "O Matangs, where are you? Have you found the herbs or not? What is the hold-up?" No response was received. He then called out birds of the jungle to send his message across to the separated Matangs. Birds started chirping. From one bird to another, the message was circulated and finally the 2 Matangs were located. The birds informed that there is something unusual with the 2 Matangs. They are either dead or are lying unconscious near a lake around 1.5 miles away from where Baba was standing. Baba Matang was stunned to hear this information. He wanted to rush to that place immediately, but it was wrong to leave the dog like that. He called out for Urva. He spoke 3 to 4 times loudly, "O Urva! O Urva," but he did not get any response. Baba Matang again asked the birds for help. But the birds also could not get the location of Urva. This was a threefold tragedy for Baba Matang. First, his successor Urva Matang had gone missing. Second, 2 members of his community were lying unconscious somewhere. Third, a dog was about to die and he was standing there helpless. Be it a stray dog or his own son, a Matang is equally close to every entity of jungle. It was not easy for Baba Matang to leave the dog in that condition. He was feeling as if he was leaving his son on deathbed. But there was no other way out. Baba Matang asked for forgiveness from the soul of the dog. He then rushed to the place where the 2 Matangs were lying unconscious. Chirping of the birds showed him the way to that place. When he reached there near the unconscious bodies of 2 Matangs, Baba Matang checked the 2 Matangs and found that they were stung by a poisonous reptile. Their bodies were turning blue. Baba Matang identified the spot on their body where reptile had stung them. He used his axe to make a cut and started sucking the poison out of their body one by one. But the poison had reached deep in their veins. Baba Mathang realized that if anti-poison herbs were not injected in their veins immediately, they would die. What a tragedy it was! There were poisonous herbs lying there which were supposed to cure the maggots-infested wounds of the dog. The dog was 1.5 miles away from there. So those herbs were useless. What the two Mathangs required were anti-poison herbs which were not there. Neither the dog could be cured nor the two Mathangs. Baba Mathang's hands were shivering. There was no other way than to continue sucking the poison out of their bodies. In between he again tried to call out Urva's name but no response was received. Baba Mathang knew that on the other side of the lake there was a possibility of finding anti-poison herbs. But it was very risky to leave the two Mathangs in that state and search for the herbs. It was necessary to keep sucking out the poison and provide artificial breath to them. A monkey came and offered to help Baba Mathang. Baba told the monkey how to identify the anti-poison herb. The monkey immediately left to bring the herbs from other side of the lake. Many crucial minutes passed but the monkey did not return. Baba Mathang was trying all the ways to keep the two Mathangs alive. He had sucked out all the poison from the surface but the poison which had already gone into the blood was turning their bodies blue. Baba was trying to make those two bodies breathe artificially one by one. Without the herbs they were not going to survive for long. The devils of worry had already captured Baba Mathang's mind. Baba was sweating out of fear. His entire body was shivering. Finally he decided to go to the other side of lake himself to bring herbs. He ran as fast as he could by the shores of the lake. There he saw the monkey jumping from one tree to another. In one hand of monkey there were herbs which Baba Mathang had asked him to bring. With other hand he was eating bananas. When Baba saw him enjoying bananas carelessly, he lost his temper. He shouted, "Oh monkey! You are a devil. Two people are battling for their lives and you are enjoying bananas carelessly? I had sent you to bring herbs and you are gratifying your own senses? You are shame on your community. You are a shame on our God who had brought herbs from Himalayas to save life of Lord Ram's brother." Baba Mathang's words did not affect the monkey. He kept on enjoying bananas. He threw the bunch of herbs towards Baba Mathang. This behavior of monkey made Baba very furious. He picked up a stick and ran towards monkey to beat him. Monkey also started running. Baba started chasing him. He was also speaking harsh words for the monkey and throwing things towards him in anger. 3 tragedies in a row had devastated Baba Mathang from inside. His all qualities of a saint had disappeared. What else could be the reason that a great soul like him was chasing a monkey to beat him? Baba Mathang finally became tired. He could not catch the monkey. Monkey also stopped running and stationed himself on a tree. Baba Mathang heard a familiar voice, "Baba, what has happened to you? Why are you chasing the poor monkey?" This was voice of Urva who was sitting under that tree peacefully. When Baba Mathang saw him, he shouted, "What are you doing here, Urva? I have been calling you. Why did you not respond? 2 of your brothers are battling with death and you are sitting here in peace? I am sitting in the holy feet of Lord Hanuman, Baba. Can't you see him? Who is battling with death? What are you speaking, Baba?" Urva said. Baba Mathang's mind was captured by devil of anger, devil of revenge, devils of worries and so many other devils. That is why he was not able to see Lord Hanuman. But by the grace of Lord Hanuman, he soon identified the devils sitting in his mind. Baba Mathang fell down like a broken tree. His legs became lifeless. With his hands stretched outside and face on the ground, he started crying in the position of prostration. All the devils evicted his mind space when he surrendered unto the holy feet of Lord Hanuman. Finally he heard voice of Lord Hanuman, "Get up, Baba Matang. Get up." Baba Matang lifted his head. Lord Hanuman was standing smilingly with his one hand on the trunk of the tree. Urva was sitting on the ground. Baba Matang prostrated again and said, "O Anjaneya, please save two Matangs who have been stung by a poisonous reptile. Also save the dog who is suffering from deadly wounds. Please Anjaneya, they are about to die." Lord Hanuman's smile just broadened. He did not reply anything. Urva was spellbound by aura of Lord Hanuman's supreme energy being emanated from his physical form. He was not aware of the happenings. He was surprised on hearing Baba Matang's words. He said, "Baba, what happened to the dog? Did you not cure her? But they told me that the dog is doing fine now." "Who told you that?" Baba Matang asked. Urva pointed towards another tree few steps away from there. The two Matangs who were stung by the reptile few minutes ago were collecting honey from a honeycomb on that tree. Baba Matang could not believe his eyes. Now Lord Hanuman spoke, "O Baba Matang, you left your village today to bring honey. But on the way, you met many things which distracted you from your path. You could come back to the path after fulfilling the distractions. But you kept on getting distracted. See, when the monkey was eating bananas, your focus should have been on the herbs. Instead of being angry at the monkey, you could just take the herbs he threw at you. You could then cure your companion Matangs with those herbs. Then you can take the herbs for the dog which were lying near the two Matangs. You could cure the dog with those herbs. Then you could have easily come back to your path of hunting honey. Please forgive me, Lord Hanuman. I failed your test." Baba Matang was feeling guilty about himself. "You did not do anything, Baba Matang. Your actions were controlled by the devils. The devil of anger made you chase the monkey instead of collecting the herbs." Lord Hanuman replied, "But I am responsible for what devils did through me, Anjaneya." Baba Matang said, "We human beings do not do anything. Our every action is either controlled by a god or a devil. An action directed by God takes us one step closer to moksha, the purpose of life. An action controlled by a devil takes us to 10 further from moksha." Lord Hanuman was smiling and the reason was obvious. Few minutes ago, Baba Matang was crying like a normal human being. But now he was his wisest best. Lord Hanuman tried to tease him, "But Baba, how come devils of anger and worries enter your mind? Firstly you are a Matang and then you are wisest among them." "How did?" Baba Matang said, "The circumstances have a very large role to play, Anjaneya. In my case it was a maze of circumstances. One thing lead to another. Anybody would get worried. And when the devil of worry comes, other devils follow. Anger, fear, revenge, etc. all devils entered my mind because of the circumstances." Lord Hanuman asked, "Then why do you have hard feeling towards people who live outside the jungle? If the devil of greed resides in their minds, it may be because of circumstances too." Maze of circumstances? One thing leading to another? Have you ever thought about that? Urva, who was listening to this conversation, curiously jumped into it. With an innocent accent he said, "Yes, Lord Hanuman. That is what I was thinking. At the time of birth, every human being is equal. Baba Matang himself has taught me that every soul takes a human birth in order to attain moksha. It is possible to attain moksha if every action of human being is directed by gods, not devils. We live peacefully in this secluded place. There is chaos outside. That is why majority of our actions are directed by gods and their actions are controlled by the devil of greed and other devils. but they are also your devotees. I have seen those 3 men carrying idols of you and Lord Ram. I have seen godliness on their faces. I was telling Baba Mathang that we should not show rudeness towards them. O Anjaneer, if you want us to mingle up with them, we will do that. I ask your forgiveness for showing rudeness towards your devotees. I will invite them to be part of our day-to-day activities. I will accept the offerings made by them for the Charan Puja. Baba Mathang said with his hands folded. Lord Hanuman concluded the conversation. O Baba Mathang, I am not asking you to give up your seclusion. As a father figure for your community, your tough behavior is justified. Every Mathang attains moksha in their life because they get to live life in this favorable environment. It is your duty to protect the environment of seclusion. But with the changing times you must see things in totality. You must be in sync with the divine plan. Take every decision based on your experience, including today's experience. Baba Mathang and Urva departed from there to collect honey. Thus 4 Mathangs, Urva, Baba and 2 others, and 3 monkeys, Sucheta, Vicheta and their child, were in the know that Lord Hanuman had arrived on their land. Thank you everyone for listening this video. We will meet with another chapter soon. Jai Shri Ram.